Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hi. Welcome to the Sunshine Center, where we have a wonderful presentation for you all. And I am going to introduce Christine from Sages, and she will tell you and get the ball rolling. Right? Here's Christine.
Thank you, Ronnie.
You're welcome.
So I'm standing in for Carol Ware to tell you a little bit about Readers Theater. First of all, I would like to invite anybody in the very back row to come a little closer just so that you can hear them. Your actors on stage will not be masked, but they also will not be mic'd. So they're doing their best to project to you, and would very much appreciate seeing your eyes and your reaction to things a little closer if you can. Readers Theater is a performance of the voice. So we do not require any memorization. And the way that Sages puts this together is we offer something from one of our plays as a basis to start the program, to kind of wrap everything around it. Sages stands for Senior Actors Guild in Education Services, and we do plays with purpose in the Tampa Bay area for free. And we have partnered with Sunshine Center to do this Readers Theater to kind of let people dip their toe in the water of not having to memorize, but also be a part of putting a program together, because we're all about collaboration. And so we have a little bit of one of our plays, the last one that we just performed, called Deal Maker. A little bit of that is represented in this. And we also bring in, as you can see from your programs, literary works from all kinds of people. You might recognize some of those names. Some of the names of our contributors are people you know right here from the Sunshine Center. And some of them are famous people you know, or quotes you may have heard. So what this group has done is they've worked very hard over the last 8 classes to put this together in a way that will be meaningful to you. And we hope that the topic will resonate with you, and you will remember some things or identify with some things and walk out of here ready to just talk about it a little bit more and maybe join us next time. So without further ado, I hope that you enjoy the Sunshine Readers Theater show on memory.
Woo-hoo!
Thank you.
One, two, three.
Memories.
Memories, like the corners of my mind, misty watercolored memories of the way we were.
If past time is not to be lost time, one must give it presence. Therefore, new events are remembered longer if they link to old ones.
Like seeing a street name while you're on vacation that reminds you of your best friend's home in grade school.
Or passing a barber shop pole and picturing your first haircut at that barber shop with your dad.
Our memories are the colors that paint the canvas of our lives.
One shade a day.
One line a year.
And layer over layer.
True, some things seem to fade,
but surely find room deep below the surface.
To allow new highlights to that endless work of art
That is uniquely you.
Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind, smiles we gave to one another for the way we were.
Have you ever heard of flashbulb memories? It's like the brain takes a picture of an event and it captures it forever. Your first kiss, your first car. These memories are heightened by emotions, like remembering where you were when John F. Kennedy was killed.
And where were you when JFK was shot? Do you remember? I was in 8th grade history, and they called me back to homeroom and announced it on the PA. Where were you, Ronnie?
What year was it?
63. 1963.
I was in my mother's arms.
I was sitting on the couch feeding my baby, my firstborn, a bottle. And I was watching TV and it came on and I just immediately the tears just came down. I could not believe what was happening.
It was the first time that I saw a grown man cry. When I walked back into my homeroom teacher was crying. I passed people on the street crying. Somebody else had their hand up. Yes, sir.
I was in the 4th grade at Campbell's Park Elementary School, where the teachers told everybody to declare that our President John F. Kennedy had just got assassinated and told us to put our heads up under the bed. That was 1960.
Yeah.
It's devastating.
Yes, ma'am.
Speaking about when JFK was assassinated, I also remember where I was when Lee Harvey Oswald was also assassinated
yes.
too. That goes hand in hand with.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because these are the pictures that you have. And you know, we have TV that when you see it, and now you can see it again and again and again. Yeah. Thank you.
Can it be that it was so simple then? Or has time rewritten every line?
At nightfall, by the fireside's cheer, my little Margaret sits near me and begs me tell of things when I was little, just like her.
Childhood memories can be tangled and complex. They're often based on how old we were, how mature we were when these things happened. When my brother Ernie and I get together and talk about our childhood, I sometimes think we weren't raised in the same household.
Memories may be beautiful.
The scent of a rose is a loving embrace of time past. A memory of mystery and allure in the mind of a child who already knows.
And yet what's too painful to remember, we simply choose to forget.
And what of memory, loss, and forgetfulness, caused naturally over time?
Some's caused by stress or anxiety.
Some from medical reasons.
Some for medications for medical reasons.
Is there anything we can do?
Yes! Here are 5 ways to keep your memory sharp.
Number 1, challenge that brain of yours. Get those cells firing up. Do a puzzle. Do a word game. Take a class. Start that novel that you've been threatening to write all your life. Or at least finish the book that's sitting on your nightstand.
Spend time with friends and interacting with others.
Work exercise into your daily routine. With the doctor's permission, of course.
And eat a balanced diet.
My favorite one, get a good night's sleep.
Stan, yes, you can fight memory loss by eating berries, fish, and leafy green vegetables, right?
Oh no, not more kale.
There is a saying that a mind is a terrible thing to waste, and a waste is a terrible thing to mind. I plead guilty on both counts. As anyone who has eyes and ears can attest, I have clearly wasted my mind and failed to mind my ways.
amnesia and deja vu at the same time. I think I've forgotten this before.
A clear conscience is the sure sign of a bad memory.
Whenever we remember the way we were.
We met at 9.
We met at 8.
I was on time.
No, you were late.
Ah, yes, I remember it well. We dined with friends.
We dined alone.
A tenor sang.
A baritone.
Ah, yes, I remember it well. That dazzling April moon.
There was none that night, and the month was June.
That's right, that's right.
It warms my heart to know that you remember still the way you do.
Ah, yes, I remember it well.
How often I thought of that Friday
Monday.
night when we had our last rendezvous. And I wondered foolishly somehow if by chance you might be thinking of it too.
No.
That carriage ride.
You walked me home.
You lost a glove.
I lost a comb.
Ah, yes, yes, I remember it well. Yeah. That brilliant sky.
We had some rain
Those Russian songs.
from sunny Spain.
You wore a gown of gold.
I was all in blue.
Am I getting old?
Oh, no, not you. How strong you were. How young and gay. Prince, I lost my books. A prince of love in every way.
Oh, yes. I remember it well.
I remember it well.
The jewels of life are many, but the jewel most sacred to me, and the one I praise the highest, is the jewel of memory. Oh,
Memory.
There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed.
Some forever, not for better. Some are gone, and some remain.
Miss Flora wore a straw hat. She was lovely and chic, walking down the avenue. A hint of lavender she left behind. She disappeared one day, never to be seen again. Yet, walking down the avenue, a hint of lavender still lingers in the air.
Bob lost his wife 10 years ago, but her memory is like a life preserver that keeps him afloat. He's living in the same home they had shared for decades, even though a house and a yard are too much for him to maintain. He drives the same car that she picked out 13 years ago.
I still picture my wife in the passenger seat, helping me navigate on our trips. It's odd how I can clearly remember things from years ago, but not last week. My mind is full of
Memories of tight embraces. Memories of heart-to-heart talks. Memories of long car rides. Memories of sunset on beach walks.
Bob's family is worried about him. He knocked down a stop sign because he stepped on the gas instead of the brake one day, and his car was towed. His sister gave him a ride home.
It seems so strange to still call it home. Well, my wife isn't here. I don't even know the neighbors anymore. After 30 years, everything else has changed. But here, I sit surrounded by the reminders of the past and have no memory of my present.
Memories are good as long as we keep them in the rear view mirror and not blocking the road ahead.
Midnight, not a sound from the pavement. Has the moon lost her memory? She is smiling alone. In the lamplight, the withered leaves collect at my feet, and the wind begins to moan.
Memory, all alone in the moonlight, I can dream of the old days. Life was beautiful then. I remember the time I knew what happiness was. Oh, let the memory live again.
Bob's son thinks he should move into a retirement community and make new friends. Bob isn't sure what to do. He's afraid to leave his wife's memory behind.
I don't know how to let go. But it isn't the same home without her. So I gave the new place a try, and I realized I didn't leave her behind. She's always in my heart. And she would have liked some of the new people that I'm meeting. Like that nice woman with the curly hair that I smiled at. And she smiled back.
Daylight. I must wait for the sunrise. I must think of a new life. And I mustn't give in. When the dawn comes, tonight will be a memory too. And a new day will begin.
Your memory is the glue that binds your life together. Everything you are today is because of your amazing memory. You are a data collecting being, and your memory is where your life is lived.
The moral of the story is that you don't remember what happened. What you remember becomes what happened.
We have the freedom.
Freedom, freedom. That's what we all want now. Freedom to speak our minds. Please give it to us right now.
Freedom.
We have the freedom to live stuck in the past, and also the freedom to live with our past, even if we sometimes forget it.
Normal age-related memory loss does not prevent you from living a full, productive life. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Ahem, ahem. What was I going to say now?
For example, you might occasionally forget a person's name. What's your name again? But recall it later in the day. Or you might misplace your glasses sometimes. Or maybe you need to make lists more often to remember your appointments and your tasks.
Hey, are you talking about me?
I think she's talking about me.
Hey, are you talking about me?
These changes in memory are generally manageable and don't disrupt your ability to work, live independently, or maintain a social life.
You know that whatchamacallit thing-a-ding? So-and-so, what's his name, are going to take me to that place to get one. You know what I mean?
The memory storage in a computer has been compared to the human brain. But a computer just retrieves facts in a straightforward manner, like pulling up somebody's phone number.
Well, our brain can do the same for a fact. But in this case, the phone number may also bring into mind our friend's face, our friend's voice, And our last conversation.
There are 3 kinds of memories.
Immediate memory, those lasting only milliseconds, allowing us to put letters together to form words.
What if you can't think of the word?
Give it a second.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
Working memory. Up to 1 minute, like remembering a grocery list as you write it down. Bread, fish, oranges, and kale.
And long-term memory, 1 hour up to many years, where we store all our facts and the story of our lives.
But you know, the secret to having long-term friends is to have a short-term memory.
Hey, buddy, long time no see.
Hey, don't you owe me some money?
Our memories are all mixed together. They are enriched through associations, stored in different parts of our mind, where they are built up and enhanced through repetition.
Like word association, they are connected to our senses too. I can't see the word Easter without calling to mind a picture of those yellow marshmallow peeps. Or like the touch of a rose.
Or the smell of lavender.
Or the taste of chocolate.
Or the sound of music.
I can never remember whether it snowed for 6 days and 6 nights when I was 12, or if it snowed for 12 days and 12 nights when I was 6.
Reinforcement is important to memory because over time we lose distracting information and just keep the good stuff. The details become unimportant. It's the general feeling that remains. It's been years since I lived in New York, but I can still remember and feel snow, no matter how many days it lasted.
As the demands of life become more difficult with age, like for our friend Bob, we are fortunate to find help in different ways. Technology can remind us when to take medication. Robotic vacuums assist with housekeeping. Grocery delivery can be a godsend. We found that out during the pandemic. But it's the human connection that we all really need.
Many memories that we have, reflect on, and treasure are born from our human need to be cared for and to care for others.
Our mother, our father, our children.
Your husband, your wife.
Our friends and our neighbors.
There are only 4 kinds of people in this world.
Those who have been caregivers.
Those who are caregivers.
Those who will be caregivers. And those who will need caregivers.
Feel-good memories inspired by people are an important way to strengthen our bonds with others and to make new connections within our brains to make new memories.
Maybe by even turning that short-term memory loss of, what is that woman's name, into a long-term memory.
It was so good to play bridge today like I did with my late husband. He was the best partner ever. But what's her name was almost as good. And I had fun, even if I can't remember her name. I'd like to play bridge with her again.
Repetition and connection to a past experience are the building blocks of new memories. When you leave here today, go out and make some new memories. Go take a walk in a new neighborhood. Engage in a new task. Join an exercise class.
Like Ronnie's exercise class. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:30.
Don't forget Carol's on Tuesday at the Sunshine Center, too.
Remember Bob from earlier? He made many memories with his wife, and he recalls them all fondly. He's learned a lot about forgetting and remembering, and leaves us with this.
I'd like the memory of me to be a happy one.
I'd like to leave an afterglow of smiles after the day is done.
I'd like to leave an echo whispering softly down the way.
Of happy times.
And laughing times.
And bright and sunny days.
I'd like the tears of those who grieve to dry before the sun.
And keep the happy memories that I leave when life is done.
But life
is not yet